says we are live. Two passes off the rip. So right off the rip, you've got the Ravens go with 2 straight passes for Greg Roman. I love the announcer trying to excuse Greg Roman for going for 2 straight passes. Prochet Jr. Mustin, 3 straight passes to start the game. Third and 9 for the Baltimore Ravens. Which, of course, we're about to see another pass. So make that 4 straight passing attempts if this is not made. Here we go. Shotgun snap. Lamar getting pressured up the middle. Almost picked off going to Mark Andrews over the middle. 4 straight. Yep. Lavonte David was watching that all the fucking way. Wow. Someone ran in. A special team gap by the Buccaneers. A Buccaneer ran into his own player. Baltimore recovers the ball. Oh. That's a recovery by Baltimore. 8. Where is my YouTube chat? Chat. There it is. If anyone said anything in chat, I apologize. Ravens in the red zone playing from the 6 RPO. Jake and Jackson had nowhere to go on the play. Shaq Barrett all the play by the Buccaneers in the backfield. And as the announcer saying, that is a bad read by Lamar Jackson on the RPO. Yeah. A good play by Shaq Barrett to play both Lamar and Drake. But I'd argue on play design, they shouldn't be that close. Trying to get this YouTube chat up on my phone as well so we can see how many viewers we have tonight dropping in for the game. 2nd down and goal. Shotgun snap. Pass short to Prochet. Down on what looks like the 5, possibly the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal. If the Ravens don't come away with a goal right here, yeah, we would love to get Prochet more involved in the game. Shotgun set. Drake as the halfback. Definitely a pass. And again, bullet to Mark Andrews with no separation, no space. Lamar looked like he had to get rid of the ball pretty quickly on the play. And once again, We were 5 yards away. Pass, pass, pass. Or we had an RPO. I cannot stress this enough. Run the ball. Is Gus Edwards out of this game today? Is that what's going on? Did I miss the injury report on that? Like, I am mind blown right now. Yes. And if so, I apologize. But the run call selection, absolutely horrible. Even if I'm not a fan of Kenyon Drake, our offensive line, especially last game, was playing really well in the run game and has kind of been since the beginning of the season, despite the criticism. With that being said, I'm pretty sure we only had a 1 run attempt that entire 2 possessions. And it was RPO. Which it was RPO kind of to the same side. So, yeah. We're trying to get the stats up right now on this. My stream went down as well. Getting the game back up now, working through some things for protection of the stream. And stream should be coming back. Seems we're still on commercial. Lil Baby and 2 Chainz for the game tonight? What? I think that's pretty good. Alright, looks like we finally got the game cast up here. My stream's having issues again though. Let's see, do I have an injury report? I have to Google it. I apologize, my stream, as I said, is having some technical issues. We're trying to get the game back up. Not that we're showing the game. Let's see on the punt. Man, nothing is working as it should. Man, my stream is not coming back. Let's see, Raven inactives. I'm not seeing. I see Calais, Jalen, Wallace, Davis, Cleveland, Bynes, Isaiah Mack promoted. So Gus Edwards is healthy. What the fuck are we doing? Excuse my language, but 1st and 10, shotgun, pass, 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 pass on the field goal drive. Pass. 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 Bro, I swear we throw any more passes. All right, we're going to try to get another stream going real quick because we're having some issues right now. Please bear with us bear with me while I get this up and going again. And hopefully, there we are. We're back up. All right, we are back with this game coverage. So 2nd and 1, Patriots. Just seeing Tom Brady, I always think Patriots. Buccaneers are pushing downfield, ball at about the 50-yard line. Play action by Brady, pass over the middle, and 14's open down the field with a missed tackle. Goodwin, downfield. 1st and goal, Buccaneers. I cannot get over this right now that the Ravens actually legitimately opened up the drive with the lack of runs. I have to see if they're good tackle in the backfield. Devon Kennard, one of the players that was brought up actually from Brady's got time. Oh, a little too far. Oh, flag on the play, though. Oh, my God. Did my stream just cut out again? There we go. Fournette rushing down at the 1. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Heavy set with motion. Fournette the handoff and in. Not even close. 7-3 Buccaneers. Oh, my ear. was really trying to find guess I need to be streaming on Facebook. I wonder if they're still alive. Don't think so. Doesn't seem so. Bro, how's this guy showing the game right now on? Because, like, it's showing the exact commercial for the game. I'm so confused. Like, legit, how is he showing the game? Like, first touchdown, let's go. Yeah, a little behind on even their broadcast. Crazy guys showing the game right now. There's a guy on Facebook right now just showing the game live, and all right, here we come out. I'm guessing pass. Is Gus Edward back in the game? Looks like Gus is in the game. Ricard in motion, obvious run. Gus, yep. First run, real run, came at 6 minutes in the first. And it was an obvious run because so if you are running constantly, but you've been running Kenyon Drake constantly, you throw Gus Edwards in who has not played all game. It is obvious you're going for the run at that point. The amount of pass attempts right now to run attempts is absolutely unacceptable. Oh, bad roll by Jackson. You had time. He's still scrambling around. Missed his guy. Let's see. Justice Hill in. 4. Stout with the punt here. Good punt. Darden's got time. He's going to make a return. Oh, ooh. Long snapper on the play. Making a possibly a touchdown saving tackle on there. Whoever's my second viewer, thank you for dropping in. The Ravens are not looking so hot right now. Down 3-7 currently. And it, just absolutely unacceptable for the Baltimore Ravens to not have more running attempts currently. We came out with basically 4 straight passing attempts, I believe. One running attempt prior to that on an RPO with Kenyon Drake. However, our first real run attempt did not just come till 6 minutes left in the first quarter on a second down. Obvious at that point with a personnel switch to Gus Edwards over Kenyon Drake. Unacceptable. Gus Edwards at one point was averaging 5 yards a carry last game. Gus Edwards is a beast. When I didn't see Gus Edwards for the entire first two possessions, I literally thought he was out of the game and had to double check the injury report because they were playing Kenyon Drake that much. I don't care about he's a veteran. I don't care about his ego. Bench him. Gus Edwards is the better back. Justice Hill has more burst. We're currently on a commercial break right here, so we'll be back to the game here in just a moment. Currently, the win probability for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has now jumped to a 69.8 or 68% chance. Lamar is not looking good. He's missing throws. He's throwing into coverage. He was called out by the announcer on the very first drive of saying, I don't think he saw that guy dropping underneath. And his subsequent throws afterwards have showed that he's not really reading the defense well tonight. And he's kind of trying to force balls to Mark Andrews. I don't know if Mark Andrews had a hissy fit last game after not getting any targets, but Mark has not, in my opinion, not shown the best separation in man coverages sometimes. Majority of his big games, like I believe 2 weeks ago he had a 100-yard game, come when he's running crossing routes in zone coverage and he's finding open holes in these zones. Of course, we're back here, so 1st and 10 by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady's coming out. Got under center, I formation, fullback on the line right. Motion right. Definitely expecting a run here. Yep, here we go. Run right. Leonard Fournette dancing in the backfield and tackled on the play by a combination of Malik Harrison and Brent Urban. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Nope, gain of 0 on the play. Of course, Mike McDonald taking over for the Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator, youngest defensive coordinator in the NFL. He was not given the job over Don Wink Martindale a few years ago, left for Michigan, and this is kind of like his revenge hire. Brady with time in the pocket, going deep, and a wide open zone to Mike Evans. Looks like down now on the 40-yard line on the play. Huge chunk play again. So we had a trips left, a lot of crossing routes. Yeah, Malik. Oh. Yeah, Mike Day. Oh my God, I cannot talk. Mike Evans on the play, finding the soft spot. About 10 yards downfield on the right-hand side. Shotgun set again, motion left by the Buccaneers. Quick screen to Godwin, my apologies. And that's going to be about a gain of 9 on the play. That's Justin Madubuike making the tackle on the play. So that is a basically 300-pound lineman 9 yards downfield making a tackle on the wide receiver screen. Excellent hustle by the young Madubuike on the play by the Ravens. Not enough credit has been given to some of the hustle plays by the defensive linemen of the Ravens over the past few years. 2nd and 1, tight set by the Buccaneers here. Brady under center. Toss play to Fournette right. Malik Harrison with great penetration on the play, but missed tackle, and I believe, yep, that's a first down, Buccaneers. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Time's ticking away. Patriots are playing a ball control offense right now. They are strategically and methodically moving downfield, gaining their first downs with great play calling. Unlike Greg Roman. Sorry if that was loud, but just I am so over Greg Roman's play calling at this point as a Ravens fan. Motion left by Godwin on the play. Screen again to Godwin. Yep. We just saw basically the same exact play. Godwin motion left, screen left, because it was a you basically can see really quickly that Josh Bynes, I believe, or Christian Welsh is on the coverage. Yeah. So as the announcers are calling right here, it's obvious zone coverage. There's no one over Godwin basically within almost 10 yards. The linebacker doesn't move out with them on the play. Yeah, Christian Welsh on the play. And at that point, again, we just saw it. Easy 8-yard gain on the play by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shotgun, heavy right on the play. Yep, and screen again. And Rashad Perriman, the former Raven from University of Central Florida. Brady is methodically saying, okay, and this is what I've been talking about, actually, if anyone watches my videos. The past 2 weeks, I have literally talked about this. One of the things that is so detrimental and makes it hard to play is a quick screen game to your wide receivers, and we're seeing it right now. He is attacking the slot and the screen of the Ravens, basically forcing the Ravens to play up, hopefully so that because Brady is getting time as we see. He's got plenty of time to throw the ball. Brady's screen again on the play finally gets stopped on a weird halfback screen. Christian Welsh, and this is something I can't stand. I understand, Christian, you just made a play. It's second, but you just made a play finally after getting literally destroyed 3 plays straight, basically. And you go, oh, be a big man. Shut up. Play the game. You're down. They're about to score again. There ain't nothing to really fucking celebrate. Can't stand that fucking attitude. Brady with all kinds of time. Brady put the ball a little too far past Mike Evans on the play. I am beyond this right now. We support the troops as we do every stream with our American Heroes Cup. Third and 12 for the Patriots. Shotgun set for Brady again. Brady, little pressure. Brady throws really high. Otten, the tight end for the Buccaneers, is kind of looking around for a play, it looks like there. But tight coverage and no flag. Buccaneers going to settle for a field goal. Looks like they were trying to play a trap on Julio Jones on the right side of the field there. Ryan Suckup for the kick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 30 seconds left on the clock. Kick is good. 10-0 Tampa Bay, and we're heading towards the end of the first quarter. Lamar Jackson coming back out. Win probability right now standing 72.8 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lamar Jackson 5 of 8 for 33 yards. Tom Brady 7 of 10 for 102 yards. Gus Edwards 1 carry, -1 yard. Raven fans, I cannot stress this enough. You have a halfback that averaged almost 5 yards a carry. And we are moving into the second quarter with almost over 3 possessions, I believe, in our book. Including in the red zone at the 5. And you didn't give Gus the Bus Edwards, your 6'1", 220 plus back, even one running attempt till there was 6 minutes in the first quarter. And as I said, you mark my words, I called it before the play. This is an obvious run play. This is obvious. The personnel switch, the motion, the play calling, that was predictable. I am less than an armchair quarterback, and it was that easy to predict that play call. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm sorry, man. It just got me heated. I know dudes that play Madden that got better play call selection. And we're sitting on a commercial break right now. I'm going to take a dab. All right, we're getting the kickoff here by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ravens set back for the return. I don't even need to look. It's Devin Duvernay back there. Kicks going out of the back of the end zone. No chance to return on the play. Baltimore and Jackson will get the chance at the 5-yard line. My guess, 26 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. I have to bring this up. So they're talking about 2 running back set by the Ravens, 64%, highest in the NFL. NFL averages 13%. A 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end set, which is, in my opinion, what we should be running the most of. We run 9% of the time, lowest in the NFL. Guarantee you want to fix our play clock, Greg Roman? There's where you start. Bateman, Duvernay, Prochet should be on the field all at the same time with Mark Andrews. And another bad pass by Lamar behind the CCU kid, as they likely. Coming out, throwing again. So let me stress this again. We came out with 2 more straight passing attempts. We have 2 running attempts and 4 possessions. Both very predictable run attempts. No run Attempts. 9%, 3 wide, 1 tight end. Lowest NFL. We got talking points right there, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is, all right. Third and 22. Screenplay to Duvernay. Easily sat on. I don't even know if we gained any yards back. Like, thank you, announcer, for calling that. 11 pass attempts to 2 run attempts. Buccaneers run on the play. White up the middle, gain it like 2 maybe on the play. This has just been absolutely ridiculous so far. Duvernay back on the punt return. Oh, he lets it go. It's going to bite us in the butt. Ball down at the 6-yard line. Sorry, we trying to put some stuff, you know. Excuse me. Like, this is so bad, bro. See, what I love is they're dating these rushing stats back to 2018. If they had gone back just to last year, maybe, or even just 3 years, not to 2018, you know, to like 2019, you know, 2020 season, like, you'd see this has not been the same team. All right, 1st and 10, 12:44 on the clock for the Ravens. Gus Edwards finally getting some. He's trying to tell him. Oh, what effort by Gus Edwards on the play. He was dead to right down in the backfield, and Gus Edwards made the play. Yeah, took what was a 2-yard loss into a gain of 11. Yeah, it's a pull left, run left, and Gus. Yep, there you go. Kenyon Drake is not the guy, Ravens. Oh, Lamar rushed on the play and sacked. Again, run the ball. You just ran it. Kenyon Drake in on the play. Pass. Short to Andrews. Andrews a little slow to get up on the play. He's walking off. Yep. Yep, Andrews looks like he's hurting. And 3rd and 7 on the play because, again, we just cannot run the ball. Ooh, good catch. Demarcus Robinson finally making a play. Demarcus Robinson getting another catch on the play. Yeah, Greg Roman keeps passing. Gus got an 11-yard run. And RPO, Jackson keeping himself. Ooh. Takes a pretty big hit on the side because he can't slide because someone was on top of him. And another pass to James Prochet. Nine minutes left on the play clock. Ravens are on their Tampa 40, so still good ways away. And see, this is what kills me. So now I'm seeing these little bit quicker passes that are rhythm passes, you know. Mark Andrews looks like he's hurting, man. Prochet in motion, hand off to Edwards. Third and 2 on, so gain of 2 on the play by Edwards. And see, what I would like to see is Lamar under center handing off to Edwards more often than in the shotgun. I mean, Linderbaum held his guy in place. And see, there you go. Again, we ran it with Edwards. Guess how many yards that was? That was a gain of at least 4, if not 5 yards. You have a halfback who, again, is averaging very high yard per carry. Good job by Edwards to cut back up the middle and just watching these players like... A little bit of screen pass there to Kenyon Drake. Picks up a couple. Flag on the play. Offensive pass interference by Prochet. Yeah, as the announcer said, that ball is out late. What can Prochet do? He's basically standing on top of him at that point. And this looks like it's going to be another penalty on the Ravens. John Harbaugh visibly upset on the sideline right now. Officials taking a long time to make the call here. Ravens with a big substitution, it looks like. He's play. So Deshaun Jackson still inactive, and as I said, complete waste of roster. Lamar Jackson, time on the play. Oh, a late throw to the outside to Demarcus Robinson. Barely caught. But a little bit of a late throw for an outside kind of curl route like that. Lamar Jackson and running. Got people on his feet. He's running. Oh my God, get rid of the ball, dude. Finally gets rid of the ball. 2nd and 16 and he was not technically outside of the tackle box. That's going to be an intentional grounding on the play. And 3rd and 16, backing him up further. Yep. Lamar Jackson trying to. Let's see. Is he inside the tackle box? Let's see the call. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. Yep. Running. I mean, he's definitely. I don't think that's technically an intentional grounding, though. 3rd and 36 for the Ravens. Definitely probably going to see some type of screenplay here. Yep. Halfback draw by Justice Hill. And big hit by number 0 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 9 or 0. Mark Andrews looks like he's heading into the locker room. Roman refuses to run to his strengths while calling passing concepts that get nobody open. Unless Mar has scramble time. Harbaugh has to be responsible for bad O coordinators over the years too. We about to tweet another one. Second and 8 by the Buccaneers. 15-yard line. Brady pushed a little bit left. Deep throw, got time. Oh, a little behind Mike Evans. Good play on the ball by Marlon Humphrey. I am just blown away by this. We're on commercial again, and Oh, Tyler Lindenbaum played with against Tristan Wirfs. Look at them at teammates at Iowa. Tristan Wirfs getting oxygen on the sideline. He's struggling. Corner blitz. Pass to Drake, who loses his footing on the sideline. And see, what kills me is where they gave that sack right there. They criticized Linderbaum, but Linderbaum passed him to the guard. And then Ben Powers completely gave up on the play, it looked like. Play action. Time. Isaiah Likely's got on the play, and that's a first down. CCU, kid. Let's go. Chanticleer. 4 minutes on the clock. Kenyon Drake in the play. Shotgun. Too high and too far for Bateman. Not even a chance. He gave Bateman a shot on the play, but at the same time, Barrow was never even close. Man-on-man coverage, press. Bateman never had a step on him either. Like, I never would have put that ball up. That was a bad throw by Lamar. And again, 1st and 10, pass on the play. Let's see how many more passes we get. Pass to DeMarcus Robinson, finally getting a first down. Close throw. And we're going to a no huddle here, it looks like. Picking up this pace. Quick pass to Robinson. Robinson just having a good half finally, but and now if you're gonna do throws, we're finally seeing the throws we're supposed to see. These little quick throws underneath, find halfbacks, find fullbacks, instead of doing these constant curl routes. First and 10, 2:30 on the clock for the Ravens. Drop back by Lamar. Very deep drop. Got a little time. Climb the pocket. And just launches that ball out of bounds. Even though Duvernay looked like he had a step on the defender in the back of the end zone. Todd Bowles looking real happy with his play calling right now on defense. You don't need Mark Andrews, sports reporter guy. Oh, low and bad throw by Lamar on the play. DeMarcus Robinson had a little quick 5-yard out route on the play. 3rd and 10 on the play. 3rd and long. 4th and 3. Short on the play by the Ravens. I'm just blown away. Whoever came in, dropped in, thanks for coming in to view us. Or, of course, you're covering the Ravens game, and where Greg Roman refuses to run the ball and continues to show his incompetency as a play caller for the Baltimore Ravens. And goodbye, second viewer. Oh, Lamar's trying to tell him to stay off the field. Oh, no. Oh, if we don't get this, bro, I swear. Chance of converting, 53% with a run, 49%. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to tell you right now, if this is me, I'm putting Gus Edwards in, and I'm running power goddamn football because he's averaging 4 yards a carry right now. But we're in an empty set. Kenyon Drake in the motion coming into the backfield. Tight set, too. All wide receivers track left in a trip formation. Isaiah Likely right. Looks like a lot of communication problems. Lamar. And almost intercepted. Take the points. Harbaugh. It is your job to make the hard decisions. To tell your young quarterback, hey, it's not your job to play call. Get on the sideline. Take the 3. And now in the red zone, again, you have given the ball up. And look, look at that route. Double slant stick. Yeah, double slant stick. So the route was slant, curl, slant, basically. Bro! And you're not even throwing the first slant that's running a pick on the curl, like in a motion like that. Because the other slant's already pulling coverage that way. That is a horrible play call. Oh my God. Harbaugh. I don't know, here we go. We're putting out another tweet. Harbaugh, you are paid to make big decisions and take the game out of your quarterback's hand and game plan the long game. I get wanting to listen to your players, but it's like a parent enabling a child's behavior because they don't want to argue. Mike Evans with a deep catch on the play by... And this is a game of momentum. A 2-minute drive, you give it to them and don't even give your defense a chance. And then Mike Williams with a good catch. Great catch. Better throw, like I said. And I hate to be this person. That was a late hit and low by Justin Mudubike and should have been a 15-yard penalty for the Buccaneers. And as a Raven fan, that kills me to say, but that's what that call should have been. I can't even argue that. Like... And Brady finally sacked on the play by Justin Houston. Timeout for the Buccaneers on the play after the sack. Ridiculous, bro. Gus Edwards has 4 carries for 18 yards. That means he's averaging about 4.2 yards a carry right now. So you needed 2 yards, and you didn't even put in the halfback that carries. Is averaging over 4 yards a fucking carry. Watch. This is how the the Buccaneers take 3 points. So we're heading to halftime here, and I don't really know at this point if I'm gonna keep going. Like I'm so hot and bothered right now. Like whoever's coming in, thank you for coming in to view. We're trying here. This has been an absolute ridiculous play calling game by Greg Roman. I'd love to hear anyone else's thoughts about it because this is... As someone said it best, it's obvious when Gus Edwards is not in the game, they do not respect the Ravens running game at all. 5 wide for here for the Ravens, 40 seconds on the clock. Lamar getting pressured, rolling right, toss. Got the CCU product, Isaiah Likely down at the 30-yard line. Ooh, face mask penalty on Kevin Zeitler. Oh no, it's on the defense. Oh, good catch by Prochet. A high throw by Lamar Jackson on the play. Lamar trying to spike the ball. A little bit of confusion. Looks like Lamar was trying to run a play. Yeah, Lamar was trying to run a play on it, but Justin Tucker hit a 71-yard field goal in pregame because of the wind. And we're facing the same direction, so kills me. If we had taken the field goal, we'd be in position right now potentially to score again and make this a 9-10 game instead of potentially a 6-10. Throw outside of Millar. Just a throwaway. Justin Tucker coming in for a field goal. A 61-yard attempt by Justin Tucker. 4 seconds left on the clock. Play clock's rolling down. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Still hasn't given the shoulder shrug. There's the shoulder shrug. 3 seconds. Kicks up. Sounds like it was blocked. It was blocked. Hey, what up, Grossy? Hey, wait, is someone raiding me? Bro, what the heck? I'm getting raided right now? Hey, thanks everyone for coming in. I was legitimately thinking about cutting my stream at halftime. Bro, whoever's raiding me, much love. Grossy, whoever you are, I gotta find you after. Can we talk about how bad Greg Roman's been? Like, it has been god awful this so far in this game. 166 viewers, guys. Y'all are blowing my mind right now. I've never had so many viewers on my channel. Holy crap. Grossy, whoever you are the fucking man. Excuse my language. Yo, I'm doing my research now, chat. Hold on. I gotta do my research. I gotta figure out, like, Tom Grossy, heard. Tom Grossy. Bro, I'm tripping right now. 236 and going. Bro, the podcast? I'm so confused. I'm trying to get there. My computer sucks. The Packcast. Okay, so you run a podcast for the Packers? Is that what's going on right now? Hey, can we get a Fire Greg Roman started, please? This has been god awful right now. Okay, Tom Grossy's live. Okay. 3.5K watching. Grossy, you are a legend. I'm subscribing to you right now, my good sir. Subscription added. Thank you for anyone that's subscribing. That is huge for me. My PC is dying and everything. I'm trying to do anything and everything I can, so much appreciated. Grossy Posse, y'all are fucking awesome. I am subscribed now. Tom Grossi, 366,000 subscribers. Oh my God. Yes. Fire Greg Roman. Yes. And this is something I've stressed so much. John Harbaugh has not gotten the fire that he's needed to get. If you go back, looking back to Joe Flacco almost had as many offensive coordinators as Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler was constantly called out for the amount of coordinators he went through and was an excuse always, how can you go back to check the stats? Last game, Gus Edwards going into halftime had 10 carries for 49 yards, almost averaging 5 yards a carry. And yet at this point, Gus Edwards did not get his first carry till 6 minutes left in the first quarter. That is unacceptable in my opinion. How are you going to do that? Even right now, he's still averaging, I believe, 4.2 yards a carry when you need 2 yards in the red zone. How are you not going to give it to him? And as someone said it best, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are completely in disrespect of the Ravens run game when Kenyon Drake is in the backfield. It is absolutely, I've been a critic of Kenyon Drake since the signing. I don't think we ever actually needed him on our team. I think it was a waste of a roster spot that we definitely could have used at linebacker, at offensive line, wide receiver. There's a huge amount of positions we could have used that roster depth for. You have 2 months to produce a lot of quality stuff, and you will keep me. Dude, I'm going to try. I'm telling you, just being rated right now, and my rate's finally starting to drop off. Grossy, you are the fucking GOAT if you are there. I got to check my chat. I'm so sorry. You have replaced Chair, Clash of Clans, Fire Greg, subbed and liked. All these subs. Thank you so much, guys. I am blown away. I'm definitely going to start trying to do my game reviews proper. I'll be honest, I've been a little demotivated with the lack of progress and everything. Thank you, anyone that did drop in. If you're going out to raid channels, good luck, and thank you. You're doing the work. I've definitely got to do my work this week with Tom Grossi and checking out the Packcast. Dude, y'all, like I said, anyone that's dropped in, y'all have made my night. Like I said, I was thinking about cutting my cast. I've been thinking about doing a podcast myself. Grossy and Posse rhyme. I'm trying, man. As I try to stress to people, I'm a diehard Ravens fan, man. Diehard. However, I'm also consider myself a fan of football as someone that played a good bit when I was younger. And with that being said, I feel it gives me an unbiased view of my Ravens because I'm going to call it as it is, man. I've called Mark Andrews out for his blocking several times, telling him, put your fucking hands on someone. Man up, you know what I'm saying? Donations, I will try to... I don't even know how to do donations on my YouTube, to be honest with you. I had it up for Twitch for a while. I just, however, switched my Twitch donations because I was trying to do a relief effort for Hurricane Ian because I live here in Fort Myers, Florida, where, of course, a lot of you know Hurricane Ian came and just smashed us. I spent 8 days without running water. I'm trying to read the comments. I'm so sorry, guys. Can I get a shout out? Ellen Anderson, thank you for the sub. I'm sorry if there's other people missing. Ray Stevener, I'm sorry I don't have donations. Like I said, I don't even know how to enable donations on my page. I guess I would have to start some type of PayPal or GoFundMe. I don't even know. So the reason I don't have donations enabled is just because I would honestly feel bad taking money from anyone. Because again, my channel's not the best, and I understand, you know, y'all are trying to help. Man, my viewers are dropping by the second. I'm down to 33, but I'm still so happy to have you 33. Trying to read through these comments. So sorry. Working through it. I know Lamar got legs, but not using them. You're absolutely right. I would love to see. So we had a stat call out. Baltimore Ravens use technically a 3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end set, league worst 9% of the time. I would love to see a stat increase that. 3 wide, 1 tight end is one of my favorite sets. I'm trying to keep the energy. I'm trying to keep the passion, man. Y'all are definitely helping. Every time I hear that bell go off of these subscribes, I'm going to try to see. I haven't had my exact setup. My old Twitch setup, of course, would give me a better view of all these subscribes. I've noticed even my thing at the top here is not updating. So anyone that's subscribing, I'm not giving a shout out. I am so sorry. Grossy, the YouTube streaming goat. Love the energy. Posse liked and subscribed. Yo, what? Posse liked and subscribed my channel? Bro, if he did, big shout outs. New subscribers, Zip, Flyer. I'm trying to get my things up now here. 12 other. Shout out to Stern 12 or Chris Moorhead. I like that. We got Lizabear824 with the subscribe. Fitzgerald with the subscribe. If there's not more, it's not showing up on my YouTube notifications, and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try keep making vids, man. I started honestly streaming 100 subs. Oh my god, bro. Y'all are blowing my mind right now with this. No, y'all are the man for this. Bro, the Lion fans, I feel for you. There's so many fans I feel for because, like I said, I'm a fan of football. You know, I haven't been covering as much because I haven't been into fantasy football, so I'd love to get back into fantasy football. I used to play in $1,000 buying type of leagues. Of course, Gus Edwards, still only 4 carries for 18 yards, still has not gotten another carry on the play. Thank you for the congrats, Ray Stevener, man. Thank you. I've seen you in here quite a bit. I mean, gosh, I can't even ES like. I'm trying. Watch Grossy's NFC Saga new episode every week. Heard Mr. Brett Swanson. God, man, how do I enable donations? I'm gonna have to Google this real quick. Donations, YouTube. And see, so I'm gonna share with y'all. So I actually used to work in Delta Airlines, and I've met quite a few people over the years. So I've got a card right here. That's Phil Couch actually. So I got to meet. Oh, I thought I had the hat. Yeah. So I've got actually here, dropped an iPod, an NFL official hat. Now this was actually given to me by Mr. Dale Tokvam. And if you Google Dale Tokvam, that's my TSA guy. Ron Hill, and here he is. I've got Ron Hill's autograph as well as his business card. Ron Hill, the former vice president of NFL operations, sent me this hat. I met Phil Couch, who's the charter coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. When I was younger, I got to meet Steve Mariucci in Marquette, Michigan, of course, NFL analyst and quarterback guru. I'm a huge NFL fan. Definitely, I guess, like you said, I'm going to have to look into his channel. I actually at one point reached out to NFL licensing due to my connections with Ron Hill of NFL operations and reached out to them about in media rights, because I found that a lot of NFL fans are not really liking the commentary that we're seeing on these big sportscasting networks. And of course, what's funny is I got turned down, and then, as we all saw, Pat McAfee actually got his rights. Shout out to Pat McAfee as well. Congrats to him for all that. Of course, go nowhere near as him. I know, man. Birds of a feather flock together, right? I really thought the Falcons were going to have a little bit of magic with your quarterback you drafted. Bro, it's an iPod mini, man. Like, it's so old. Well, iPod mini's so fucking old. I'm definitely going to look into his channel, though, because I need advice. I've been looking for a long time for other people, and I've reached out to other podcasts and YouTubers and streamers, people doing game commentary and coverage, because, and like I told them, I'm not looking for anything. I don't even want my name on it. I'm just trying to get practice and get used to being, in front of an audience and calling games and everything. You're right. It's not a terrible hole to dig out of. However, I'd like to point out, if Harbaugh would have kicked the field goal early, we'd be at 6-10. And then if the defense would have made the same exact shot they did, Justin Tucker would have had another shot. And instead of a 3-10 hole, we would have been looking at a 9-10 hole, and at worst, a 6-10 hole. As I said on Twitter, John Harbaugh, you're paid to make the big decisions. I totally understand wanting to support your players and feel like they're heard. However, as a head coach, you're supposed to have a larger view of the game and a mindset of the total game plan. And you're supposed to make these hard decisions. As I referred to on Twitter, this is almost no different than a parent enabling their child simply because they don't want to argue. So again, we're going to look at the donations here. Signing to monetization, giving. My other hobbies, I miss playing sports. I used to play semi-professional football, of course. I do a little bit of streaming, playing other video games. Big League of Legends player. I'm trying to get into the new Call of Duty. That's, they launched the campaign. I don't know, man. My hobbies are mostly sports. Not awkward at all, man. As a Steelers fan, let me tell you, number one thing I miss Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed. I tell all my football fans that there has not been a safety in the league for years that, in my opinion, compares to the two. I honestly like to see the Steelers doing well. I have a philosophy: iron sharpens iron, and it's what's made our division one of the best in for a long time. At one point, even when Andy Dalton and Zimmer were running the Bengals, I would tell my Bengal friends, I think you have the most talented roster in the NFL, but you just don't have that late team. Dalton's a game manager. And you're exactly right, Wink Wendell. You're not playing a high-scoring offense. The Buccaneers in themselves have been struggling. With that being said, you take your points early. You have a Hall of Fame kicker. Use him. And again, I think anyone that's sticking around and talking and chatting with me, it's huge for me. I love the being engaged with other people talking. Weird note, I'm a huge fan of Kantian philosophy, and if you know Immanuel Kant, he didn't travel. He just would invite people over for dinner and talk, and I love talking to people. The fact that the Ravens aren't undefeated right now is on the coaching staff. Every loss of yours has been a blown bleed. Chimera, you are absolutely right. And I've preached this. John Harbaugh hires friends. Go back and look at all of John Harbaugh's hires. All of John Harbaugh's offensive coordinators were friends of his, college friends, or was on Andy Reid's staff at one point. That applies almost to every single offensive coordinator. And I preached this. Sorry, watching the screenplay here. Dropped by Godwin on the play. But if you have offensive coordinators that are not leaving for head coaching jobs, and you are constantly every year or two scapegoating an offensive coordinator and firing them, that shows on the head coach. As someone in my professional career, I'm going to tell you this. If I was a regional manager and I had a store manager and he was constantly having to firing his shift managers and it just seemed like he was bringing in the wrong people, eventually I'm going to look at the store manager and say, hey, what's going on with your hiring practices? Obviously, you're not bringing in and making the right choices. Either you need help with this or we need to move on. I love sports. I actually grew up a soccer player. If you're a soccer guy, I actually grew up and played in South Carolina, where and that looks like intentional grounding on the play, but we'll see if they get the call there. Um, so I love sports in general. I've played almost every sport out there. I follow baseball a little bit because, of course, the Orioles. I wish Baltimore had a basketball team. Basketball in general, I just follow lightly because I enjoy playing. Oh, fun fact, if there's any Oakland Raider fans in here, I grew up playing with Hunter Renfro, Sockasty High School area. I grew up playing the St. James area, so I played Hunter Renfro backyard in the day. Representing CCU product, Isaiah Likely for the Baltimore Ravens. Went to CCU myself at one point. Yeah, our defense is playing pretty solid, honestly. They've given up a few things here and there, and early we saw that wide receiver screen game. In my previous streams, it's something I've talked about. As someone who played football and played a little bit of linebacker and DB, I absolutely hate a good wide receiver screen game, something that forces you to play up so that you can't play these sitting off zone coverages. Duvernay got some time on the play, little cut. Decent turn return by Devin Duvernay. Another big critique you're going to hear me talk about John Harbaugh is I feel like John Harbaugh brings in veterans that inhibit the growth of our younger players. As the Ravens organizations, if you're a fan of the Ravens, even the Steelers organization, you would know this. We base our team around building in the draft. With that being said, you cannot inhibit the growth of younger players by bringing in veterans that don't play real meaningful snaps, in my opinion. And this is a long history with Harbaugh. We have what's called Harbaugh's doghouse. Tyson Williams was in that doghouse last year, and that's why you never saw Tyson Williams after like week 3. I wish I had actual media rights to this game so we could watch this game together, guys. My Super Bowl matchup prediction. Let's see here. I mean, I'm going to call after the trade, Lamar up the middle. Oh, good play by Lamar. Oh, a spin move by Lamar. Still going. Watch that guy coming behind, though. Good run by Lamar. So my Super Bowl prediction, that's going to be a tough one. Let's take a look here. So, of course, we have the Eagles leading in that sense. So I'm going to lead with the Eagles. I really think they're going to have a chance this year. Representing the AFC, I think the Jets are kind of going to fall short. They might make it to the wild card. I do not see the Bengals having that same success. Something's just been off about them. I don't know if it's O-line play. So representing the AFC, I really think this is going to be Buffalo's year. I think they're going to pull it out last minute, and we're going to see a new Buffalo Bills, Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. Of course, Kansas City's always in that, but I think this is going to be the Bills' year to go. I probably am. I'm not going to lie. Your boy might be pirating a stream because he's poor AF. And with that being said, my stream's probably about 20 seconds to 40 seconds behind the actual broadcast. I wish I could get a little bit of a better one here. So I'm going to set my next goal is somehow getting in touch with Mr. Tom Grossi. I doubt he'll ever, reach back out to me because, he's so big. Oh, does Tom Grossi do comedy? Do I have any big Tom Grossian fans in here? Is he a comedy guy? Because I'm a huge stand-up comedy guy. Like, legitimately, I've literally watched every comedy special on Netflix. I'm extremely upset I can't go to more of these. Oh, look at Gus! Look at Gus! And that's why you hand it to Gus Edwards. Just hand him the ball. Gus the Bus Edwards. I've been calling for him to be our starter even since Mark Ingram was been with the Ravens, and he's coming off the field. YouTube studio. All right, I'm going to my studio. I'm going to try to get my monetization enabled, even though it's probably too late and I've lost. Man, that's like so sad. I'm like, almost want to cry. I went from over 238 viewers down to 9. Hey, and that's what I'm saying. First downs. I am a ball control kind of guy. When I play football, I'm going to tell you, I want to smack you in the mouth. I want to establish a tone and a mentality. And I'm going to tell you this offensive linemen do as well. You can go ask off any offensive lineman, would you rather pass block or run block? They're going to tell you, I want to run block because they get to hit someone instead of getting hit. We're heading to commercial break. Sorry if I'm a little behind. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you, I don't even care if they know I'm going to do it. I would come out every game, first play of the game, and run the ball because I want to set a tone early. And as my notes showed, we came out and we started the game with 4 passing attempts off the rip. It's hard for your offensive linemen to get in a zone or to get in a feel for their run blocking when they don't get a chance. And that I just cannot get over for Greg Roman and our offense. So for anyone that asked about monetization, I'm looking at my thing. You will earn money. So I guess technically I'm not a YouTube partner, which requires at least 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watched, 2-step, and 0 guideline strikes. So of course I have my 2-step and my 0 activation or 0 strikes. However, I'm at 45 public hours watched and only 102 subscribers. So to my understanding, I can't enable donations, at least according to Google. Maybe if I set up what looks like a donor box. It really would be for Josh Allen a storybook ending to finish by it beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. As someone who has a love and hate relationship with Tom Brady, I could definitely see the NFL getting him to the Super Bowl just 100% for the headline. I'll be the first one to admit sometimes I feel like the NFL rigs a game or sets up, as a Ravens fan, man, watching us run on that Super Bowl run for Ray Lewis, man, gave me some questions. But so, of course, NFL would love to see that. But at the same time, I would love to see Tom Brady lose one last Super Bowl. Oh, like, why you got to cheat too? Like, so many things. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. The year the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl after Hurricane Katrina. What a great story, right? The owner of the New Orleans Saints was being investigated by the FBI for wiretapping charges, and supposedly the owner of the Saints could hear the opposite team's play calling in his owner's suite. At this time, they had not cracked down on media devices on the sideline of the NFL. And if you go back even further, in this year by the New Orleans Saints, they also ran a unique play calling system where Drew Brees supposedly called 2 play calls in the huddle every single time. And you would hear Drew at the line very clearly, kill, kill, kill. And the commentators say, he called 2 plays. He's killing the first play and going to the second play. If you knew the play calls were coming in, you could relay them after your original play call. You could call a man and zone beater and definitely switch at any time. 2nd and 9 here by the Ravens. Play action. Screen to Duvernay. Got room on the plate going down the sideline. First down, Ravens. And again, as someone said earlier, we are in a 3-10 game. This is still a 1-score game. You should be in absolutely no rush to keep passing the ball, as you see Greg Roman is doing here. The one credit to Greg Roman, we're seeing a difference here, though, is in it's a quick passing scheme. Lamar is sometimes inaccurate in his throws due to his footwork and just relying too much on his arm strength. With that being said, you need to get him into a rhythm. And as we know, rhythm throws are short, easy completions, screens, slants, out throws. Duvernay motion right, handoff up the middle. Kenyon Drake, nowhere. Maybe a few yards. Honestly, James, I'm trying to stream for every Ravens game, and also I'm attempting to do primetime games as well. I covered the Patriots game against the Bears up until halftime this past Monday. Had a huge Patriots fan. I was trying to bring him in for the chat a little bit. I was actually trying to get his entire party because he was throwing a party at his house, so I was trying to get the cam in for his party and get the reaction. God, what I would love to also be able to stream the game. There's people on Facebook Live that are literally actually streaming like the game. I don't know how they're getting away with that. There we go. Good throw to Duvernay on the slant route there. Good placement by Lamar Jackson. As we've seen in some games, he's either MVP with his deep ball placement or he's constantly putting the ball to receivers where they can't run after the catch. As we saw there, actually a little behind. And I've stressed this as someone who played tight end and receiver when I was younger. If I'm constantly, instead of catching the ball out in front of my body and having to catch here on my ribs, I'm going to have a word with my quarterback after the game because you probably getting me hit. Quarterback sprint right. Roll out by Drake. Touchdown Ravens. Finally get in the end zone for the Ravens. Almost looked like a blown play. Bills-Cowboys would be a good one as well. I will admit, not being in my money fantasy football leagues this year, I'm not as invested across the NFL as I would like to be for someone that's streaming. It just kills me is how many people do try to do shows or the commentators on TV that really don't know what they're talking about. I had an argument with a Steelers fan at the grill the other day. I was grilling out. He tried to tell me that Rashad Bateman was no longer playing for the Ravens and was willing to bet $1,000 on it. And I tried to very nicely explain to this very confused Steeler fans, you're confusing Rashad Bateman for Brashad Perriman. Brashad Perriman plays for the Buccaneers out of University of Central Florida. I'm talking about Rashad Bateman, University of Minnesota wide receiver. And like I said, this guy was like, I'll bet $1,000, man, $1,000. I'm like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. If I still have any Ravens fans in here, I will tell you this though. Look forward. We are about to see a big, I hope, a big production in our pass rush in the second half with David Ojabo coming back as well as Tyus Bowser. Tyus Bowser, while of course not recording as many sacks as we'd like, his quarterback pressure rate last year, I believe, was one of the top 5 in the NFL. Jason Pierre-Paul has played better than I honestly expected. And I've said it on my streams, and let me say it here in front of my 8 viewers now. I was wrong about one thing at the beginning of the season, and I'll be man enough to admit it. I called Odafe Oweh breaking out this season, and he has been quiet. Now, don't get me wrong. Like last game, he faced even a triple team at one point, but in his one-on-one coverages, I have not seen what I wanted. No, as a Bills fan, you have reason to be optimistic, in my opinion. Josh Allen is an absolute stud. Like, I love Lamar. I do. But I have 2 problems. One, I expected in this offseason, especially with the increased muscle tone, to see a difference in his footwork. So let me give y'all a stat here. As a quarterback, and Tom Brady is the only one of the few quarterbacks I've ever seen to fix this problem. And usually it's seen after ACL injury. I'm seeing some chat here. Let me finish my point here and I'll get to the chat. So as a quarterback, in your front knee, when you throw the ball, your front knee bends. I forgot the exact angle, but I believe it's around 40%. In that front knee motion, if you do not get that bend in the knee, sports science will back this up on me. You can see an average of 20% difference in accuracy. Now, 20% doesn't sound a lot, but when you're only throwing for a 60% rate, and that's good for the NFL, you can drop from 60 to 40 real quick. That's the difference between a good starter and a bum. And Lamar constantly is not bending that front knee and using his arm, which is an A arm in my opinion, not A plus like Josh Allen, but an A level arm to throw. You're going to see those inconsistent accuracy. Let's go to chat here. Even if we get a losing season, which we very well could, I've finally enjoyed seeing the Steelers beat Tampa Bay. I know. Like I said, I love seeing Tom Brady lose. It's just, like, I respect him, man. He is a great quarterback. But there's certain things about him that I cannot stand. So I feel you on that. Do you consider firing Harbaugh if I miss the playoffs? Absolutely. I do not care if we signed him to extension. I've said this many times about Harbaugh. I consider Harbaugh to be a great leader of men, but he's not a good football coach. And that resolutes. He's good at helping young men turn their lives around, positive influence, good culture. However, he was a special teams coordinator that I wish I'd been streaming it for years ago so y'all could have, I've all been on tape. Big play by Tampa Bay on the play, third quarter, 8:50 left on the clock. But Harbaugh has botched some clock management. And they'll be like, oh, like the Super Bowl safety punt play. Great clock management. Yeah, that was a special team clock management. But there's been offensive times and defensive times where he did not use timeouts when he should have or wasted time. So I am absolutely for, if we miss the playoffs, to fire John Harbaugh. I think Mac McDonald should be given another chance. I'm not up on giving on Mac McDonald. In my opinion, if we get to the playoffs and we're first round exit, I would still argue for firing Harbaugh. Take back your Kenyon Drake slander, built by Bama. All right, Pierre Irby, let me address this. So when it comes to college football, I mostly follow college football just for scouting. My friends know me. In 2008, I was graduating from high school, and I was on my class Disney trip, our Disney trip. My friends were like, Levi, where are you going? I said, I'm going back to the hotel to watch the draft. And, of course, I watched us draft Joe Flacco that year. And so as being a big scout for college, I love Bama. I love Bama. Roll Tide. But Kenyon Drake is not a bad player. However, Kenyon Drake is not the same player he was 2 years ago. The burst is still there, but if you don't see the burst between him and Justice Hill, you're not watching correctly. The steps per second, and watch Christian McCaffrey, his steps per second has always been spectacular. Kenyon Drake's still a good back. However, with Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, J.K. Dobbins, and potential undrafted rookies, and the signing of Mike Davis. And now Mike Davis, I was a fan of Mike Davis when he played for the Carolina Panthers. Ooh, underthrown by Brady on that. Almost a pick. 4th and 2, looking at a punt here. Baltimore going to get the ball back. But so I liked Michael Davis when he played for Carolina, like 4+ years ago. I liked Drake 2 years ago. I don't think we needed a roster spot for him. I would have, like I said, rather seen a linebacker or maybe a wide receiver, like a big guy. We had several undrafted rookie free agent wide receivers. Jalen Moore, or not Jalen Moore. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. But we had a few of them. So I feel that Kenyon Drake could have been used. And of course, Kenyon Drake had 100 yards. And if you'll follow my comments, and in that video where I covered that game, you'll hear me say, that's not on Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake wasn't getting touched till the second level because our O-line was playing so well. And if you actually go back and look at Kenyon Drake's comments after the game, he even says that, I have to give credit to the offensive lineman. I wasn't getting touched. I wasn't seeing a guy till the second level. And if you go back and watch the game tape, if you actually will go back to that game, mark my words, it's on my live stream recorded. You'll hear me. I could have ran for some of those big yard gains. Now, when I played semi-pro football, I went out jokingly, honestly. I hadn't played anything since high school. I was not weightlifting. I was not even running. I was basically working full-time for the airlines, messing around. At 6'3", 230 pounds, I went out and ran a 4.7 flat. And I've got huge hands. My hands measure in at 10 3/4, the same as Sammy Watkins. I've got big hands. I'm a quarterback's best friend. And actually, I always specialized in similar roles to Mark Andrews. I was a tight end that was a little smaller, not a good blocker, and I flexed out into the slot where I was too fast for linebackers but too big for safeties, and I made my money there. For my 7-inch chat, again, guys, thank you all for sticking around. If I haven't given you a shout out, let me, if Mike Trenson, Chimera, Heafy86, James Ogg, Carl? How did you get Carl? Straight up Carl. You must have had that forever. Bro, if he's covering, of course he is for Sunday night game. I'll put this on stream right now. I will be there in his stream, 1,000%. Hopefully, I'm Darwin's Raven on YouTube as well. So if he's streaming on YouTube, I look forward to chatting with any of y'all that are there. I love chatting football. Like I said, I'm a critiquing my own guy. Ooh, Mike Evans looking like he's a little mad at Brady for that last throw. See. Oh, man, I'm so sad I lost the chance for all those donations. I could have used them, honestly. My PC's over 10 years old at this point. I'm running on 8 gigs of RAM. Ugh, like, pretty bad. So Gus Edwards has 9 carries for 41 yards, averaging 4.1s a carry. Tie game, 1st and 10. Let's see if we get any runs. Sweep by Duvernay on the play. Oh, blocks outside. Luck. Yeah, what's funny is that a lot of y'all, if you're a hardcore old fans, you might remember the old Jerome Simpson front flipping into the end zone for the Cincinnati Bengals. I used to play with likes of Jerome Simpson and a lot of those CCU guys. That was my timeline. I actually got to meet Terrell Owens at one point too. It broke my heart. He was a complete and total dick to me. Like, I had nothing but good thoughts and heart prayers for him because he was coming off an ACL tear. Edwards on the run. Gain of 3 on the play. And let me make it known, the reason I like Gus Edwards over Kenyon Drake is, as someone like I was talking about earlier, my philosophy is to run it down your throat, smack you in the mouth. Drake dances a little too much like we used to see Alex Collins of the Baltimore Ravens do in the backyard. Now, don't be wrong. Sometimes there are halfbacks that are gifted and quick enough to dance in the backfield. This usually is in their first 3 years in the league, though, however. After that, this is the NFL. You have to adopt every yard mindset. Going in a 2nd and 9 and a 2nd 7 as a play caller is completely different for me. Kenyon Drake on the play, outside zone right. Decent run on the play. But so with Gus, you see that downhill mentality where even if he's going to get hit, it's 3 yards. And in the last game, you'll even hear the commentators say, and we talked about it, if that had been Drake, it'd have been a gain for 0. If that was Gus Edwards, that'd have been a gain of 3. And actually, we saw that happen where there was an exact same play call and a difference of backs. And we saw that. Thank you so much, Heafy, for coming in tonight. I'm guessing you're a fan of Todd Heap, 86. Shout out to Todd Heap. Much love there. Again, thank you for coming in, man. And thank you so much. Oh, Isaiah Likely, CCU kid. Chanticleer. Fun fact, CCU was an off-branch school of University of South Carolina, the Gamecocks, which is why the Chanticleer and the Gamecock are both basically fighting roosters in the exact same thing. As CCU is a party school in South Carolina that when they're college athletes don't meet the grade requirements. Oh, he's going to get hit from behind. Oh, Lamar Jackson taking a big hit from behind on the play. Oh, MVP. Oh, my guy. It's too early to honestly, but early season, you got to hand it kind of to Nick Chubb, in my opinion. Like, Nick Chubb has been an absolute monster this year. Like, considering that they've had basically no quarterback play for them, like, I would love it to be known too. So I only have, we just dropped down to 4 viewers. I want this to be known. And I've got it in my very first live broadcast. I was talking to my buddy Mark. And I said, I think Deshaun Watson was given that fully guaranteed contract as an attempt from Browns ownership to destroy the quarterback market that was of all the quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson that were about to be signed. Because it's often quoted that it has created problems. And I told my buddy Mark, I said, why do I feel like the Browns have more dirt on Deshaun Watson and something that's going to violate the NFL Code of Conduct policy, which even if the contract is fully guaranteed, I guarantee you if he violates the policy, it's null and void. And so destroy the quarterback market, free up $40 million a year basically in salary cap, and go and get whoever you want. But so getting back to the MVP talk, I want to do a little bit of reading here because I don't want to just absolutely, throw blindly. Because like I said, early I have Nick Chubb. However, it's only obvious that running backs are going to break down as the season goes on. Oh my gosh. Kirk Cousins honestly almost should get it, because how are the Vikings in first place of the division? Any like Packers fans in here? Like, how are the Vikings in first place of that division? Like, so you could almost make an argument for Kirk Cousins in that sense. If Cooper Kupp takes Dak's job, I'd make an argument for Cooper. I'm not Cooper Kupp. Oh my God, Cooper Rush. But of course, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a quarterback, though. It's going to be a quarterback. I think that, again, Josh Allen's year. I hate to say it. He's also I think the favorite according to the odds I was just looking at. But if I'm going to call it his year for the Super Bowl, I got to call him for MVP too. Oh, that was a bad read. Kenyon Drake was supposed to act on the play action there, and he wasn't looking. Man, Demarcus Robinson making something out of nothing on the play. But if Nick Chubb doesn't slow down, I'd say it's a rundown between him and I don't want to call Mahomes, man. Mahomes has won it. I love Patrick Mahomes. As someone who watched all the scouting, I knew Patrick Mahomes was going to pop off, and I called it. It's one of those ones that kills me, where I wish that I had all of this back in the day. You know, I got to start streaming more. I got to start doing fantasy football and doing sports betting, because I'd be making some money at some points. Honestly, with Grossy rating in and everything and all the subs, y'all have made me excited to drop into Grossy. As someone who's like not educated on all the different podcasters and all that, where I need to be doing my studying and putting in time and researching, because if you want to have any chance of being someone like him, you got to put in the time and effort and respect their game, essentially. I have a buddy named Andy back home in South Carolina. Andy is a diehard Packer fan. Oh, touchdown CCU, Isaiah Likely. I'm so happy for the young rook. I want to see him succeed well. He's done so well that, honestly, again, as a football fan, I'd have to think about trading Mark Andrews, and I know I might get a lot of hate for that, but hear me out. As someone, again, who played tight end and has decent-sized hands, Mark Andrews double clutches too many balls for my liking. Sometimes it's like someone who has a 99% or 99 in spectacular catch, but his catch in traffic is a little iffy. But I feel for the Packers. Y'all, of course, took Sammy Watkins, and I love Sammy Watkins. However, Sammy Watkins was one of the signings by Harbaugh, where, again, I said you're inhibiting the growth of our young players. I've been on record saying Devin Duvernay and James Prochet have been those dudes since, like, day one. But Devin Duvernay is not really getting his first real start in the season till just now. Again, unacceptable in my opinion. But Rodgers is stuck with, and I told my friends this, he's got a bunch of young wide receivers, and if they don't know the routes, Green Bay, if I'm not mistaken, likes to run a lot of option routes, kind of like Tom Brady, where you need an experienced and savvy wide receiver to run those routes. Thank you as a Green Bay fan. Is it T. Higgins was your coach? I know, though, the Baltimore Ravens made finally a good hire. They brought in wide receiver coaches of the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Both of those coaches have been on record, been given credit by Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams, retrospectively, for a lot of their growth. So we brought in young, good wide receiver coaches. I would love, even though I've never seen their play calling, for them to get a chance over Greg Roman for the play calling. What a catch by the CCU kid. We're watching the review right now. Let's watch the actual route here. Pushes his vertical stem. Wow, not even. That's just a zone. He was left open, sat down in the zone, found the back of the end zone. I mean, that's what Mark Andrews does all the time. And on one of the last games, you'll hear me call out, yes, Mark Andrews had 100 yards receiving, but if you're actually watching and not just watching numbers, if you're actually watching the game, you'll see almost all of his yards came in wide open zones because there was a quarterback spy playing underneath and he just sat down in the zone. While, yes, good job catching the ball, that's what I expect out of any NFL tight end. And it doesn't take a lot to sit down in a zone and catch a ball. I hate, no disrespect, but as someone who played, it bothers me. For my 5 viewers that are still sticking around, thank you again. Chimera, MVP here of the stream, man, with keeping me involved and keeping the chat going. Really appreciate it. And I love like all the questions and stuff. That's something I've explored, like basically making sure I have set questions. And so I have material screen on the right again. Your front office finally got their together. I don't know. I forgot who the hire was. Let's see if I can get the information. As a Bills fan, you might actually be able to tell me here. GM hiring by Bills. Let's see. I like they're talking about the New York Giants hit the home run by taking Joe Schoen from y'all, basically, who I guess really turned around that organization. Who is the Bills GM? Who is the Bills GM? So your GM, Brandon Beane. Yep. And I've actually heard a lot of good things about Brandon Beane because, of course, and I broke this down for some Baltimore Ravens fans. I said, guys, it's really easy to look like a good head coach when you have Hall of Fame organization and scouting drafting for you. You know, Ozzie and EDC has constantly delivered good players to Harbaugh that I feel like sometimes he has failed to nurture. Yep, PFF ranked Brandon Beal as the #1 GM or best front office in the league. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Joined the team in 2007. And that's the thing. We've seen, and this was introduced a while back before we even took Joe Flacco. It is a common theme in the NFL to replace basically, if not the GM, but especially the head coach and the quarterback together and tie them together, which of course you did. You in 2017 tied Beane, Sean McDermott, and Josh Allen all together basically in one draft. And let's see. Now I want to look. Where did Beane come from? Oh, my screen just cut out. Pardon me one moment. I'm sorry if anyone came in and they were like actually looking for more commentary on the game. I'm just so excited half the time just to be, talking football with people. Technical issue. My stream might have just gone down. Like I said, I can't believe that there was a guy on Facebook literally showing the actual game with like 70 viewers and no one had taken him down. Before joining the Bills, Beane various roles, including responsibility with the Carolina Panthers. He turned down a journalism job for a low-paying internship with the Panthers and rose to the team's assistant general manager position. He worked alongside Hurney and Dave Gettleman. Wow, he was with the Panthers for 18 years, all the way back to the Super Bowl 38 appearance. Wow. He was a high school quarterback. All right, let's see if I can get the game back on. Yeah, honestly, Sean McDermott has shown great play calling, in my opinion. And that's one of the things that has really killed me about Harbaugh, is he is a special teams coordinator. With that being said, there will never be an offensive identity linked to this team. So even if we do finally hire a good offensive coordinator, they will eventually get a head coaching job and we will bring in an entire new offense with an entire new play caller. I feel like most truly successful teams, you have either an offensive or defensive coach that truly takes the identity of the team into their own hands. We've never really been known other than a running team, but that's the identity of our actual team. Hey, Mark, bro, you're dropping in. You missed it, bro. I got rated. I had hundreds of viewers. I hit over 100 subs today. For my 5 viewers that are still in the chat, Mark, my boy, is drops in for a lot of my streams. He's my OG Patriots fan. Brady going deep, one-on-one. What a catch by Mike Evans on the play. Geno Stone coming across the field from the safety position. And as we've seen, if you're a Ravens fan, you'll know we have been greatly missing Marcus Williams since his dislocated wrist. Let's see. Yep. That's a cover 3, it looks like. Humphrey playing close to the line on the play. Geno, though, I didn't see anyone threatening middle of the field. Definitely could have stayed over there. Humphrey stride and stride with them, arm to arm. Great placement by Brady, knowing where his wide receiver was and actually putting that ball on the inside, which is normally not where you put it. Play action, deep pass. Ooh, just a step ahead of his tight end, Kyle Rudolph. But yeah, Mark, man, I feel for your Patriots, bro. Yep. Now, if you'll actually watch that throw by Tom Brady, if you pay attention, they zoomed in. He needed to move his hips a little more to the throwing side on the follow-through and a slight more bend in the knee, and I guarantee you that would have been a completed throw. Oh! Off the hands of Marcus Peters. I'm sorry if that was loud for chat. Oh, low ball by Tom Brady, and he looks upset. Oh, if you're talking about the Bills in that divisional game, that was unbelievable game. It's one of those ones, almost what can you do? Like in Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowl game loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he ran for 400 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You can't coach that. You can't game plan that. Like Brady with a lot of time. Brady gonna scramble? Ooh, Brady runs for 3. He's looking at that ref hoping for a late flag, but not gonna get it. Brady taking chunks out of that knee brace. Yeah, y'all going out and getting Von Miller, I thought was a huge signing. How is Von Miller doing this season, by the way? That killed me, too. I wanted Von Miller so bad as a Raven fan. Like, Brady did get hit hard. I really thought I was expecting a flag, to be honest. Not for... Oh, and like I called it before I got rated and everyone came in. Justin Matabike, even though I'm a Ravens fan, and it would have killed me to see the call. Matabike got away with a late and low hit to Tom Brady in the pocket. That should have been a roughing the passer call technically. It's one of those ones, man. I call it as I see it, even though I'm a Ravens fan. I'm not going to sit here and give very biased opinions and calls on the game just because I'm a Ravens fan. And see, where the true highlight of Von Miller is, if you go back and watch Von Miller in any playoff situation, Von Miller takes it up a level whenever playoff time comes. In the playoff run last year with the Rams, I think he literally had like a 50% pressure rate on his snaps, which is ridiculous if to think about that. 50% of the time, he's getting to the quarterback or had like a quarterback hit 50% of the time. Either way, that's worth the money. And the contract you gave him was just, I mean, you're paying him basically really good for the first 2 years, but after that, you can cut him and save money. That was a great signing by the Bills manager because you enticed him with this huge big number on the contract, but in retrospect, it's a short-term deal with a big number for show. Like, the Ravens have made some good free agent signings, but I believe some of the free agent signings by Harbaugh more, like the people he wanted to bring in, I 100% believe Derek Wolfe was brought in by Harbaugh. And if you know anything about Derek Wolfe is a perennial injury pro player, and I can't stand it. If you don't have availability, you can't help me. So I stress availability and injuries. Derek Wolfe was constantly injury prone, never gave 100%. And even when we signed him, he basically faked injuries to not play with us and eventually signed a player settlement for injury. And that is a classic example. And I broke it out. I called it in the Baltimore Ravens boards. I tried everywhere to let people know. That was one of those moves by Harbaugh that stunted the growth of our younger players. While, yes, Justin Madubuike might not have been ready to play yet, I'm still a believer in, hey, trial by fire. Coach the young man up. You are a coach. Your job is to get them ready, to get them there. Yes, some players might be harder to coach than others, but as a NFL pro coach, that is the expectation. I have a high expectation of the mantle of leadership, especially when you're getting paid millions of dollars. Jalen Hurts looking like the man. Let me say this, though, with the Super Bowl predictions. That team only goes far as Jalen Hurts takes them. God forbid, knocking on wood, because I would never want this to happen. If Jalen Hurts gets hurt or has a concussion problem, that team could fall off so quickly. Here we are, 12 minutes on the clock. Tampa Bay down. This game's got a lot going. Right now, standing, if you're a betting man, the win probability for the Baltimore Ravens finally has jumped into the positive. We are sitting at a 73.9% win probability. I know. I mean, also the NFC East. Let's talk about the Cowboys and the Giants that looking way better than I expected. The NFC East has been a joke for years. 8-8 and what, And of course, now you see the AFC North, which was one of the better divisions for I don't know how long, falling apart. The Browns, look at Gus! Now let me admit, while that was a great run by Gus Edwards, that's not on Gus Edwards. That's on the offensive line. And that's watching the game, not stats. Let's watch the blocking. And this one, the one that's coming, that should be an easy run all day because if you're looking at the defensive line is shifted left with Gus Edwards is down. Oh, no. Oh, my God. But yeah, the AFCs, let's talk about that. The Miami Dolphins, a huge surprise. And I was actually on the Baltimore Ravens talking about this. One of the things that kills me about Lamar is he's actually pushing the same route as Kirk Cousins, going for the franchise tag and then eventually for 2 years before the big deal. That will put our team in salary cap hell. I am not about that life. If Lamar is not committed to us to long term, it brings me so much pain in my heart because he is an MVP player. You got to trade him. You have to. Look at the Russell Wilson trade. You can set your team up for years, and we have been actually doing pretty decent with these picks lately. I actually called him going to Miami. I explained, and Mark will back me up on this. I basically said, if Tua does not deliver for the Miami Dolphins or has another serious injury, bet on Baltimore sending him to Miami where he wants to go. But the AFC East, the Bills dominating, the Miami Dolphins killing it. The New England, and I talked with Mark last week about this, is showing that their draft class this year is no joke. Jack Jones and Cole Strange playing absolutely phenomenal, and Thornton giving a long-term look. So, I mean, just... And the thing is, Lamar's making, I think, $20 million approximately this year, so we're in a salary cap problem. A lot of big names, like Robert Quinn just got traded for a 4th round pick, 3rd round pick. I would have given a second for Robert Quinn. However, we don't have the salary cap, and I'm not a fan of it. Like, I just wish I could go back and show all the times I've been critical of Harbaugh and the amount of times I've been right. If Mark is still here, Mark will be the first one to tell you I've called this. I've been calling these things since day one. Ella, thank you for still staying in or coming back. My content is cringeworthy in my opinion, so I really appreciate it. Watching myself on this cam without my TV setup being done, without a green screen, without the editing that I'm supposed to do, like I said, is cringeworthy. Go Pack Go. I'm sorry about your wide receivers. You know Devontae Adams is regretting his decision right now. But as a football fan, actually, and as a friend who had a huge Packers fan, I examined the Packers a good bit. You're in trouble next year. You're not going to be in a good place salary cap wise, and it's going to create a serious problem with your team. You're heading for a really bad salary rebuild soon. Chimera, thank you for dropping in, man. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the chat, dude. It has been so big for me. And if I see you, and I'll be, like I said, I'll be in on oh my God, what's his name? Grossi. I will be in on Grossi's coverage Sunday night, 1,000%. So if you're in there, I'll look forward to the chance to chat with you. Exactly, Ella. Exactly. What wide receivers? You drafted, what was it, Christian or whatever his name is in the second round, which I love him. High talent ceiling. But as someone like who played with Jerome Simpson and stuff, I'll tell people, if you don't know the playbook, you're not getting play time in the NFL. And that's, of course, as we know, been the Packers' wide receivers' problems. Packers like to run a lot of option routes for Green Bay, or I'm sorry, the Green Bay likes to run a lot of option routes for the wide receivers, let Aaron and the wide receiver read the route and make a play, and it's just not there. And I feel for you Packers fans, and like I said, next year heading into a salary cap problem, it's going to get 10 times worse. Mark, I appreciate you dropping in, Mark. Bro, I was mind blown early. Like I said, a really cool guy named Grossi, who's a Green Bay Packers fan, rated me with several hundred viewers. We nailed like 50 subscribers in a minute, and a lot of the guys said they will come back if I'm providing good content. So I'm going to try to really capitalize on this here in the next week, buckle down, make sure I'm getting my game tape and game review done, and make sure I'm calling every primetime game now. Yes, Christian Watson. I knew I had the Christian White, but I really did not want to misquote his name. As I talked about in the stream earlier, since I'm not playing in like $1,000 buy-in leagues for fantasy football, my full NFL coverage has been a little lacking. But ooh, good catch by Duvernay. Like I said, Duvernay is that guy. Yeah, we're in the fourth, 9 minutes left, and Baltimore is pushing. We need a touchdown here, in my opinion. Yeah. And Romeo Dubes. Christian Watson and Romeo Dubes. Who the hell is Romeo Dubes? Like, I can't believe y'all haven't made the move on Odell Beckham yet. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of Odell Beckham because, like I just said, if you're not available, Lamar Jackson on the keep. Oh, getting there. All right, Lamar, calm down, bro. What's the flag on? But so if you're not available, you can't play. I've got a huge problem with that. So with Odell, again, ceiling so high, he does get good separation, and that's another thing. As a wide receiver, if you cannot get separation. Fun fact for anyone that's dropping in, oh yeah, it's a hold on Ricard, sadly. Fun fact, if you like Patrick Ricard was not originally fullback. Patrick Ricard was an undrafted rookie free agent defensive lineman for the Baltimore Ravens. And again, Harbaugh had guys like Derek Wolfe that Harbaugh buried good players, and it worked out in our favor in this one case because Patrick Ricard said, I'll play anything, coach. play anything. And they said, you play fullback? He said, I'll do it. And at 6 foot, like 300 pounds, he's made an impact. Kenyon Drake, run to the left and gain of maybe 4 on the play. Thursday Night Football, Amazon's not giving me my blue line of scrimmage, helping me out here. Yeah, Ella, I should have talked about it when I had all these people in here, but I talked about it earlier. I've gotten to meet quite a few NFL people. I was sent an NFL official hat from Ron Hill, the official, with a former NFL president of NFL operations, or vice president of football operations. Got his business card there with his autograph. I actually met Phil Couch, who's the former charter coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. I actually got to meet the University of Tennessee, University of South Carolina, University of Auburn, and LSU, actually. And what was really cool, fun fact, the head coach of the college football team never flies with the team on the chartered plane. They always fly on a private jet. That's basketball. I actually got to meet Steve Mariucci, too, NFL analyst, quarterback guru, and legend. I also used to play semi-pro football as well, and actually grew up playing against Hunter Renfrow, wide receiver of the Oakland Raiders. We grew up in the same town. It's crazy to think about. Man, I went to the Baltimore Ravens game versus Miami Dolphins last year and watched my Ravens get burned out. Look at Duvernay. Touchdown. Ravens. Thank you, Lord. I'd like to make the note, we're running the ball now, and we're getting good success out of it. Gus Edwards, God, I hope he's okay. 11 carries for 65 yards, meaning he's averaging basically 6 yards a carry. Again, so you have a team that's running the ball well, and then they go away from it so much. What game are you going to at Lambeau? That's big, because at this point, you're going to a winner game in Lambeau, which to me sounds like a lot of fun. One of the Baltimore Ravens sports writers that I follow, that I've been trying to work with, but honestly, they kind of just stole a lot of my opinions and stuff, wrote articles on it, and then refused to post my acts. Like, they actually refused to post 2 of my writings that I put up. But he's actually at this game, and he was having a hard time getting people to go. I would love to go to a Lambeau game, honestly. I've actually joked, I've started a group, if I have any Panther fans watching the broadcast. So I grew up in Carolina. It pains my heart to see the Panthers sucking so bad. I started a group called PRP, Project Rebuild the Panthers, basically trying to crowdsource and get a bunch of fans together to scout, draft, or look at draft prospects, free agents coming up, and try to honestly rebuild the Carolina Panthers in our best attempt, basically. Doubt, Tepper or whatever his name is, the owner of the Panthers, would ever see it, but Packers, that's going to be a good game. Packers versus Cowboys, that's going to be a big one, and that's going to be a potential NFC playoff game preview. Oh, dude, Seattle would be another one that, again, I would just absolutely love to go to, because who wouldn't want to go to the 12th man? The energy. When I went to the Miami game last year, both teams, of course, were not doing really well, and actually it was the turning point negatively for the Baltimore Ravens. We went on a huge losing streak afterwards, but the energy wasn't there. It was not that much fun. I arrived early to tailgate and like the outer part of the parking where, I thought there would be a lot of people. Nobody there. No one showed up. Literally, like, nobody tailgating. Like, 30 minutes before the game, gates open, just like a few of us looking around drinking beer. Like, is it gonna happen? So, like, I would love. Oh, Mark's at the bar. Are you turn up, Mark? Are you in the club? Bitch, I'm turn up. Cheers, Mark. We support the troops as I do every stream for any of my viewers that are there. We've got our Missions Barbecue American Heroes Cup. Salute the troops. Appreciate you. We drinking on a little bit of Crown Vanilla. Ella Anderson, again, thank you so much for coming in and sticking around with me. If you've been here the whole time, big fucking thanks. Even if you just came back in, still huge. For me, sometimes one of the hardest parts is just talking. Half the time I feel like people aren't looking for my play-by-play commentary. They'd rather chat about things. And I'd love to just shit talk and talk to other people about their teams, talk about the game. I'm going to have to go back. I had a Fire Greg Roman chant going in the chat. Thanks to Grossi, whatever you say his name. I'm definitely going to have to just take a video of that and just post that in the Baltimore Ravens group. Oh my God. I'm still mind blown. I just got raided like that. And it breaks my heart. So many people, Mark, were asking where my donations page was. So I definitely got to set up some type of donations. I can't do an official donation through YouTube since I don't have 1,000 subscribers. Brady, drop back. There's still 6 minutes and 50 seconds on this clock. If anyone in the chat, if we have any 420 cannabis friendly people, let me know. I'll take a dab on cam. I've got my medical card here in Florida. I've had my medical card for years in Colorado. Again, someone that played football, I actually have chronic knee issues now. And I actually messed my neck up playing semi-pro and almost cost myself a job promotion. And I am such a diehard fan. And what kills me is like there's a guy on Twitch, that covers the Ravens. Ooh, bad pass. That covers the Ravens. And he's got 5,000 subscribers, so many, hundreds of people coming to watch his video. He knows nothing about football. The dude's honestly just coked up out of his mind constantly and tweaking on camera. And people, of course, I get it. People love it. People want the reaction. But I don't know, man. It drives me nuts. I know I need a creative. Mark, you don't count. You don't count. I know you are. My Colorado buddy. I'm talking to Ella. Screw you, Mark. Oh, play action, draw on the play. Ooh, good run by Fournette. Or White on the play. Sorry, not Fournette. Moving into the Ravens territory on the play. Oh, and it's hard to get that animation, that energy sometimes when you don't have the viewers. For anyone that does keep... Oh, deep pass on the play. Oh, they might throw the flag. Yep, there's the flag. Ball thrown behind them, but technically Brandon Stevens not looking back for the ball on the play and did slightly inhibit the receiver's ability to come back to the ball. Let's see the replay here. Ball's underthrown. He's playing back, and there's a hand kind of to the face. Yeah, it pains my heart to say as a Raven fan, that's pass interference. Like I said, he didn't wait. He waited too long to turn back for the ball. You had hands to the face and a small inhibition of I could never. I'm a swimmer. Oh, wow. Is this sad? It took me a minute. Good for you. I hope you swim competitively. I tried to swim a little when I was younger, but it just, I didn't enjoy it as much. I kind of wish I would have got more into it. Swimming is one of the best workouts you can do. And I respect your choice not to do it and your commitment to it, Oh, good hand on the ball by Chuck Clark. 3rd and goal. Oh, no, someone's hurt on the play for the Ravens. Oh, who's down? I can't tell. God, why does that look like Kyle Hamilton? Chuck Clark should have intercepted that. Oh, I think that's Marcus Peters is hurt on the play. Nope, that's going to be Kyle Hamilton. Oh. I'll feel you on that. They have catered too much to the offense for these pass interference calls. And it's super frustrating. But I'll be the first one to admit, I don't know if you were the one talking about the Ravens Steelers earlier. I feel like a lot of these younger players lack ball skills. Brady looking for a holding call on the play. So you're a swimmer. Let me ask you, Ella, do you have a preferred stroke? Like, are you a breaststroke, backstroke? Oh my God, freestyle. I know I'm forgetting like 100%. Oh, that's 100% a hold on Chuck Clark too. To be honest with you, again, kills me to hate to say that, but that's 100% a holding call. Should have been a holding on Chuck Clark. I'm excited, honestly, now for the Packers game on Sunday night because, like I said, I'll definitely be there for Grossi. Touchdown, Patriots, but there's a flag on the play. Dude, I struggle with breaststrokes so bad too. Oh, flags on Tampa though. Oof, bringing that touchdown back. Yeah, that was a hold. That's a good call by the refs. Yep. Yeah, I've got long arms and long legs, so I was always like a decent swimmer, but it was just nothing I ever sought competitively. I actually had a friend named Cole in high school, and as a freshman, I think he took second in states. He was a very gifted and talented swimmer. Ooh. That it is. It's gonna be rough. It's one of those ones, dude. I wish I'm gonna try. I'm gonna of course contact Grossi after the raid and everything. I would love. I don't know how he does his game callings. Of course, I'm gonna have to do some watching before Sunday, but I'm definitely gonna have to look and see maybe if or and hit him up if he would love to do like maybe a Discord chat or something. Definitely no camera from me because I'm not trying to inhibit on his stream or anything. But I would love to have just my commentary and vocal on there with him. Um, I haven't ever really watched him before, so like I said, I'm super excited just to check him out. And is he live right now? Is he just dropping in and raiding people, bro? Or is he covering the game himself? I'm about to go check real quick. He is. Look at him. Oh, field goal win probability right now. We got to now. We have to mark this because we never know how Greg Roman and how the game's going to go. Currently, the Baltimore Ravens are sitting in a 93.93% chance of winning the game. So I'm trying to find much. Oh, I just saw it. Darwin's Raven. Mute the site. I'm trying to get Grossi's audio, but I'm not getting any. Oh, I muted the site. That's why. 3 in the chat. Thank y'all again. Oh, okay. Let me go back chat here. You placed first at regionals. Congrats on that. That's big. Whether you're high school, college, whatever, it does not matter. Like, Oh, I'm sorry. Watching his team now. I'm liking Todd Grossi. It seems nice. God, all these people donating, killing me watching all these donations coming to him that I could have had. My girlfriend's gonna kill me. Oh my gosh. Hmm. It's kind of hard though. All right. Have a good one, Ella. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. I've got a man. I want to mute. Oh, I almost want to mute his. I'm on his stream, but like, oh, I want to hear him. All right, Ravens are getting back at it. Looks like we're gonna get a big run by Kenyon Drake on the play. That's big for the Ravens. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Yup. Got to take your time. Baltimore inside the 20 right now. Wow. Might have another chance to score again. Hey, Strick SS, what's up? Thank you for coming back, man. We're trying to watch the game and cover the game. I'm actually got a Grossi's podcast or stream up right now as well, kind of trying to take some notes. Hoping for a Bucks win. Get out of here with that shit, man. Get out of here. You crazy. Get out of here. We got to win. Baltimore sitting at a 99.4 win percentage right now, so looking really good, but so bye. What? Dipping on me like that, coming in, talking and dipping. Oh my god. Bro, he had someone donate $3,456. Are you serious right now? Or is that the total amount? I'm doing everything in my life wrong right now. Oh. Good run by Justice Hill on the play. Oh, we're heading into the 2-minute warning according to Grossi. No, Gus the Bus will not fumble. Get out of here with that. You lying. You lying. Kenyon Drake gonna fumble though. I wouldn't be surprised about that one. Just the one guy. Justin Tucker coming out for the field goal on 4th one. Yep. Make it a 2-possession game. Make it. Oh, man. But Strick, man, thank you for coming in. Thanks for dropping it. If you subscribed earlier, thank you so much. Like I'm telling Grossi in his chat, man, huge inspiration to me, honestly. I know I've been slacking and I've been really trying to get the motivation to get things going and put more effort into this channel and do what I need to do. And everything today with Grossi, you, everyone that's dropped in today has honestly been a huge inspiration. Yeah, I mean, everyone starts tiny. I'll be honest, the first reason I started streaming, I have really weird reasons. I've been spending 10 years since I was in college trying to build a biofuel cell that's now actually kind of in production and all kinds of weird, crazy ideas. I just was trying to gain a platform. But over the years, the sports commentary on the games and coverage of the Baltimore Ravens has been so subpar, in my opinion, and lacking that it just drives me crazy. And I love guys like Grossi that are coming and really pushing this. Like I put in Grossi chat, has he reached out to NFL media about trying to secure broadcasting rights? I did, of course. I got turned down, but I don't have 366,000 subscribers like him. Dude, I'm trying, man. My health took a turn for the worse, and I'm poor as shit now, and my computer's about to die. Like, I can't really stream these big name games anymore because I'm working on 8 gigs of RAM. Oh, sorry. So, Tampa Bay coming back out. Tom Brady trying to make something. No, I'm not an engineer. I made most of my money in performance management, basically, training other people. And I used to work for the airlines as a traveling trainer and manager. I was actually supposed to be the gate manager at Minneapolis Airport at 20 years old. Had a heat stroke when I was younger. Uh, Destroyed my ability to work outside. I also cracked my kneecap, then broke my leg, and so with all the stuff happening, it just compound issues basically, and my health kept. Like I mentioned, I played with Hunter Renfro when I was younger. I played semi-pro football. At one point, I was a 6'3", 230 tight end linebacker that was running a 4.7 flat while not lifting weights at all. And now I've lost over 50 pounds and unhealthy. Fournette dump off and short gain heading. Oh, first down actually heading into the 2-minute warning. No, honestly, I had, when I was younger, someone basically stressed the idea to me. One of the best traits in a leader is being able to find simple yet creative solutions to complex problems. And that's reflected even in the Army Rangers, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. It's just things for days. And I got inspired by an idea that I came up with in college. And when I approached my professors, I was told it was above their education level of the questions I was asking. I entered contests like Nat Geo's Chasing Genius, who lost some of my submissions. I tried reaching out to every celebrity I could think of. I tried writing letters. Man, you name it, I basically tried it, trying to get, like that idea. Elon Musk said he'll give $1 billion for an idea to take carbon from the air. I've been sitting on that idea for years. I have a half-filed patent on it because I couldn't afford a $500 patent fee. Yeah, it's rough. I wonder if I have him here. Bro, how do I hear Mark? Oh, never mind. That's Grossi. Holy shit. Dang, Grossi sounded just like Mark. I was like, bro, how do I hear Mark? Oh, roughing the passer call on the Ravens here. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. I had several business ideas taking me, like a drive-in theater in the Myrtle Beach Pace, restaurants and apartments. Those are all nothing. Have something I called the Great Afro River Project. I wrote folders on it. Bro, I'm telling you, Strick, anyone that subscribed early, I'm telling you, if that ever happens, the biggest thing for humans is ability to communicate. I want to start something called the One Foundation. my energy company, my negative emissions lavatory, and I had to redesign the toilet. I have a light reduction plan for headlights. Like fucking, I've been so obsessed with trying to figure out a way to make enough money to do the things and fix the problems that I want to fix. I think I even have a video about it, but like for like I talked about earlier with Ella, I feel like all my videos are so cringeworthy. I hate video editing, and I tried to get my friends who do video editing and stuff to help me and try to collaborate, and just seems like every time I get people together, everyone just bails on me. Looks like a bad roughing the passer call. And as Grossie's calling it, here we go with these makeup calls. I've got certain friends that have, like, in my opinion, they've given up on everything. And it pains my heart, and I kind of get it, man. I used to joke with my friends because, like I said, I've been trying to get my biofuel cell off the ground for years. And actually, I'll talk about it here in a second because, like I said, people are starting to work on it now. So it's not a new idea. I'm kind of behind. That actually, Strick, is good advice because one of my biggest problems is I'm drawn in 1,000 different directions, ADHD style, and I have a hard time focusing on one thing. And then I feel overwhelmed because I'm trying to fix so many different issues. And man, this review's taken forever. But so the idea behind the biofuel cell, I called it nickname SHME, the solar harvesting mitochondrial engine. It was inspired by my idea of mitochondria, and I used to joke, man, everyone can tell you mitochondria is powerhouse cell, but it can't do taxes. Ha ha ha. The answer is right under your nose. And as philosophers will tell you, majority of the things we learn is from nature, and even now we learn a lot of things from ants, wasps, yada yada yada. We learned space and diving technology from sea creatures. So I came up with the idea 10 years ago that could mitochondria produce enough energy to make a viable power source? Yes and no. The problem being that you have to constantly power the engine. With that being said, there's these things called cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, basically. They're 600 million plus years old. They're one of the few things that can go simultaneous respiration and photosynthesis. And now you can find that we can artificially engineer the cyanobacteria to produce things more complex than a sugar. And of course, mitochondria have been shown that the more complex the sugar, so in case like fructose and sucrose compared to glucose, the more complex the sugar, the more energy is created. So basically, the cyanobacteria create the sugars, feed it to the cyanobacteria, which then break it down and create energy. Also, cyanobacteria emit free electrons into their environment, so they create even more electric potential. And Shelley Mintier showed this. So after every few years, I check back on my research, which is why I know now that people are working on this. Shelley Mintier pioneered mitochondrial cells, but couldn't figure out a long-term power source for the sugars. While if you look up, Protero had a company where they basically were using cyanobacteria to replace whole fields of sugarcane and produce sugar, salt, and other valuable trading resources. Sorry to go off on a tangent. I'm going to go back to chat here. And you're right on that. Like, I had one friend, he's like, bro, I'm just waiting for everything to end. And I'm like, it kills me. Maybe it was, I used to work with kids, and it broke my heart because I worked with YMCA kids. So I worked with kids that didn't have a lot of money, weren't privileged, had nothing. Nothing drives me nuts than those kids not having the future that they should have. Like, and I used to tell my kids, I want every single one of you to be able to come back in a few years and be able to brag to me, Mr. Levi, look how good I'm doing. Look how much money I'm making. I'm so successful. That's all I want in life. And I'm a complex individual. All right, sorry. Let's go back and look at the game here. I've been listening to Grossi calling the game. 1:13 on the clock. I think the Ravens have it finally. I'm sorry, Strick, if you wanted Tampa Bay to win. I'm glad I didn't go to this game. I live in Florida. I watched Miami last year spank my Ravens. Ooh, Grossi posing the question, do you kick a field goal, make it an 8-point game? You've got to go onside kick either way. So thanks for dropping in, Mark. I really appreciate you. Yeah, and what kills me, Strick, is like I wish I could show you right now. I have on the U.S. patent website a basically completed patent waiting on filing fee from over like 10 years ago with that idea. And so the big thing too with the cyanobacteria, the creation of energy is not the big problem. The transportation of energy over long distance is the real energy problem. But with the idea of cyanobacteria mitochondria and being a biofuel cell, the startup of the actual company and a power center is relatively nothing compared to other energy sources. So with that, I would be aiming at moving throughout the Midwest in where these energy countries are having to go long distance to get energy to smaller communities and replacing that with cyanobacteria. Also, mind you, my cyanobacteria, because it can go under respiration at the same time, meaning it can use nitrogen at any point. So even if there's not sun, you could still produce energy off the nitrogen. So it's just one of those ones like, So of course I've tried everything. No one's going to give me that loan with my credit without an actual, like I don't have a business. So first of all, I'd have to start my own business, do all the licensing, promote myself as an energy company. Then when I go to the bank and I ask for a loan to maybe get the prototype, to maybe buy the thousands of dollars of material or testing that I need to even get this, because I'm not a bioengineer, man. I'm just a kid with a college technical degree, you know? I went to school for nuclear medicine, got screwed, and ended up basically just a science degree. What kind of energy? Ooh, batted down, sorry. Um, can you clarify what kind of energy? I'm sorry, I've said so much that I'm a little the comment. Um, and I know I tell people all the time, no, it produces pure electrons. Electrons in it. The current. So let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I might still have the calculation somewhere. Elements, auditory complex. I'm also trying to fix my girlfriend's ears who has 90% hearing loss. Oh my God, there's a call on the Ravens and the Tampa's going to get another. Wow, Tampa just scored a touchdown. Where is my folder on? I have a calculation. Yeah, sorry. So I have a calculation. I use Shelley Mentier's calculation for basic glucose to basically use and in my calculations, I found that in the same space that a solar panel would take square inch for square inch, using just glucose at the lowest minimums, basically my energy calculation, I could produce square inch for the same, if not better, more energy than a solar panel using my biofuel cell, while of course eating carbon and still being able to produce. Wow. Wow. We got a replay of the second 2-point attempt. Yeah, so the idea was that I could eat carbon while producing more energy than a solar panel, while also providing energy at night, while also providing a lower cost product and reducing the need for long distance electrical lines over the Midwest and giving more energy independency to these towns and cities. It's like my idea for carbon trapping was started by a Microsoft project in Arizona that failed, but they didn't see the, in my opinion, obvious fixes to the problems. And I have a tendency to take ideas really deep where like I've already like planned how I would lobby it corporately, try to get certain. Ooh. All right, onside kick coming in the game. And what kills me is, like you have a friend that's an engineer. I'm the first person to say everything's on the internet, man. I should be able to go on the internet and figure this out somehow. But but I was saying earlier, I used to joke with my friends, if you find me dead and they say it was a suicide, please don't believe it. Please don't believe it. Because, we used to always joke, man, I'm trying to fix the world slightly like Tesla and the water engine guys and all that kind of stuff. All right, onside kick, big moment here. You're more than welcome to, at this point, like, more than welcome to. I say it on stream. I had ideas for years about just talking about it on stream because, it's a form of copyright. And but like I said, people are kind of working on the idea now. It's really starting to progress, and it literally breaks my heart. It's why I started talking about it on stream and TikTok and everything this year, because it just and at the same time, I don't even care that much just because I just want to help. I don't care if someone takes the credit at this point. I don't really care. Like, of course, I'd love a little bit of money, so I'm not so poor, but I don't know. And like, I'll give you another crazy idea here. When I was in college in my public speaking class, my very last speech I gave a speech on how and why I was going to build a 3,400-mile river through the heart of Africa, go like through 7 of the 10 most dangerous countries. How, why, everything. Like, Ravens get the kick, it's over. Barring a fumble, I don't know if they have any timeouts, but it's crazy how this night went. Went from almost giving up on the stream to getting raided by a guy that has freaking like 336,000 subscribers. Like, oh my God, the high and lows. I'm like, yeah, if your friend thinks that's a good idea and like really wanted to take it, I'm telling you, I got another one up here that I haven't put out there that no one's figured out. That, like I said, Elon Musk said he'd pay $1 billion for it. Oh, yep, it's over then. Yeah, I'm just, man, as someone who did a lot of performance management in my career and was a manager, and I know it's also a problem of men. We have a hard time seeing a problem and not having the urge to fix it. But so I know it's one of my problems. I am a little impatient. For like, if Mark was still in the chat, Mark would tell you back in my hometown, I had a bad habit of telling people, because I was like, I'm sick of working for people. I want to start my own business. I got to start somewhere, even if it's just a franchise. A franchise as a stepping stone, and I can start building money, start building more money, And I watched basically a coffee place gets taken out from under me because I talked too much to my real estate agent. And then I had a sit-down meeting with what was known as the Myrtle Beach redevelopment director about an idea. And I was talking to my boss, who was a good friend with him, who also was talking to him, canceled the meeting with me, ghosted me, and then like a few years ago, they announced the building of the park by another business partner. Exactly where I wanted it, the exact idea. I was so heated. So I've watched for years people take my ideas. That's why I'm just like, man, throw my hands up. What do I do? I just don't even care anymore half the time. Yeah, I mean, let me know. Um, with that being said, I'm sure my girlfriend's lonely. Game's over. I'm so happy the Ravens won. And if you were watching the last stream, you'll know I want the Super Bowl win more for Calais Campbell than I do for any other Raven, honestly. I love Calais Campbell, and it pains my heart to see us not really playing as good. God, Grossi looks so much like one of my friends, it drives me nuts. Grossi, did you used to work for the airlines? Like, Like, he reminds me so much of a dude I used to work with, TDY. Thanks for coming in, Gross. Means a lot to me, just even talking to you. Have a great night. I'm definitely going to try to get more involved in this and keep this going. For anyone that did comes in later to watches this, thank you again. For anyone that dropped in from Grossy's raid, life-changing, man. Life-changing. Have a great night, everyone, and go Ravens.